Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, one whole day later, and I'm here to give y'all my review of NJPW Wrestle Kingdom 16, Night 2, 2022. Yep, I did stream it again tonight to do my review for. I really hope for night 3, I'll be able to find a stream for it, because apparently it's not going to be on NJPW World, at least in terms of streaming live. It actually is going to be like its own separate pay-per-view thing. And night 3 isn't till the 8th, but I'm going to assume, because the pre-show for both nights of Wrestle Kingdom were at 8 p.m. for me. That's when the pre-shows for both of them started, and then the main show started at 9 p.m. I'm going to assume it's 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. for Wrestle Kingdom 16 Night 3 as well, okay? That doesn't sound like like Night 3 doesn't sound like it should be part of Wrestle Kingdom. That sounds like its own separate thing, you know? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there was, like, aside from this thing that happened in the middle of the show, there's, like, no references to Night 3, like, at all. You know? But at the same time, I just feel obligated to watch and review Night 3 for y'all to complete the Wrestle Kingdom 16 review. As far as I'm concerned, I've only done 2/3 of the show review. You know what I mean? After this, of course. And then it'll be complete once Night 3 comes. I hope I'll be able to, stream it easily. And my stream for Night 2, if any of you guys can, help me out with streaming when Night 3 comes around in a few days, please help me out. I would appreciate it. But thank you in advance, y'all. Yeah. Wrestle Kingdom 16 Night 2. The first half of the show I didn't really care for. I was really just waiting for like the last 2 matches, especially the main event. I was so excited for Okada Ospreay, man, especially because they had a match at last year's Wrestle Kingdom 15. And now this year that they're having another match, and it's the main event and for the championship, And it did kind of break my heart that Jay White didn't have a single match at Wrestle Kingdom this year. I don't know what his status is, but that kind of hole was there for me, with this show, and Kota Bushi didn't have a match at this year's Wrestle Kingdom either, but I can live without Kota Bushi. But yeah, without further ado, let's get on with my review, shall we? Pre-show matches. There were 3 pre-show matches, and I just caught on to the show when the first match started, which was Togi, Makabe, Yugi, Nagata, and Tomoaki Honma versus the Bullet Club, consisting of Bad Luck Fale, Gedo, and Jado. This Night 2 was very buffery for me, unfortunately, especially compared to Night 1 last night, when the whole thing was streaming like perfectly the whole time. And when I was streaming it tonight, I was like, man, what are you doing? Why aren't you doing what you did last night, man? That was so frustrating. I'm just glad I still got to the whole show. I did have to restart the, stream a couple times, but from what I saw, this match was nothing, just whatever. I don't even remember who won. Oh wait, actually, yes, I do. Tomoaki Honma, apparently he's not expected to win much. He was dressed in like Hulk Hogan type gear, which I thought was really cool. And then he did like a diving headbutt to get the 1, 2, 3 for his team. So that was pretty fun. And Yeah, and the commentators were making jokes like Honma to win the G1 Climax 32 IWGP World Heavyweight Champion this year. That was funny, man. Yeah, but next up, Hiroyoshi Tenzan, Satoshi Kojima, and Master Wato versus Suzuki-gun, consisting of El Desperado, Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and Taka Michinoku. Another, like, nothing match to me. Master Wato, I don't really remember this match, honestly, except for Master Wato getting the win for his team, so that's cool. El Desperado, brand new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. And it was actually him who got pinned, I just remembered that. So, yeah, I guess we might see El Desperado putting his belt on the line against Master Wato. But, yeah. In the final pre-show match, Los Ignobles de Japon, again, apologies if I butchered that crap. Consisting of Shingo, Takagi. That's weird. Last night he main evented Wrestle Kingdom, and next he's on the pre-show. Hiromu, Takahashi, and Bushi versus Suzuki-gun, consisting of Taichi, Zack, Sabre Jr., and Dookie. I remember really enjoying this match quite a lot. I remember Zack, Sabre Jr., and Hiromu, Takahashi, they had some great technical wrestling in this match, and this was just a pretty fun match, you know what I mean? And some cool spots. I don't remember, exactly, but I think Suzuki-gun got the win. I don't remember who won, actually. I'll check Wikipedia. Oh, no, it was Los Ignobles de Japon. They got the win. Oh, yeah, I remember now, because Shingo, I remember now that Shingo won this match here, which is kind of weird how you can both win and lose at 2-night events, right? It's so weird. It does give me OCD as well. Like, for example, Will Ospreay won yesterday's night 1 match, but tonight he lost. What do I say in terms of, if someone asked me, did Will Ospreay win it Wrestle Kingdom 16 night? Oh, no, just Wrestle Kingdom 16. I wouldn't know what to say. I guess he got half a win. But, yeah. Now that all 3 pre-show matches are out of the way, we get on to the real show, the main show, and we open up with a 3-way tag team match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. We have Flying Tiger, consisting of Robbie Eagles and Tiger Mask, versus the Bullet Club's cutest tag team, consisting of Taiji Ishimori and El Phantasmo, and the Mega Coaches, consisting of Ryusuke Taguchi and Rocky Romero. This is a pretty fun opener. I'm struggling to remember what happened. I remember El Phantasmo tight walking, kind of doing Undertaker's old school move, but he was doing like Ric Flair's strut on the rope. And then I remember they all ganged up on El Phantasmo, and he had like this silver thing in his boot. I didn't really catch what this silver thing in his boot, and then his team got DQ'd. And it turned into just a regular tag match between Flying Tiger and Mega Coaches. So the Bullet Club's cutest tag team, they were out of this, But Flying Tiger actually retained. Rocky Romero tapped out, which is kind of sad because Rocky Romero was obsessed with becoming the 69th IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. And you're the one who taps. You're the one who wanted it, and you tap, But still a solid, fun opener, But next up, we have the Stardom Exhibition Tag Team match. We have Mayu Iwatani and Starlight Kid versus Tam Nakano and Saya Kamitani. I love this match. This match was awesome, in my opinion. It was just under 10 minutes, but man, lots of beautiful counters, great technical wrestling. There was this awesome-ass moment in this match when... I can't name which wrestlers did this for the life of me, I'm sorry, but when they were just like rolling each other up again and again, like one wrestler, like there were these 2 wrestlers who rolled each other up, one, not even, and the referee, I don't think the referee even got to count, they were just rolling each other up again and again. One would have one in a roll-up position, then the other wrestler would roll the other one in a roll-up, and then that would just repeat for a long time. Such an awesome match. But I forgot how it ended exactly, but Tam Nakano and Saya Kamitani got the win, if I'm correct, because I remember, because I know Mayu Iwatani, and I know that her team lost, so that's the only reason I remember that. But I love that match. I think it could go down as like an underrated gem, so I highly recommend that match. And it's very rare that you see women's wrestling in New Japan, huh? You know, it's weird. I didn't even notice, as weird as this might sound, and apologies if it sounds wrong or whatever. Like, I think Valena mentioned that New Japan doesn't have women's wrestlers, and it wasn't until she said that I actually noticed. Yeah, but yeah. And next up, we have the four-way match for the Provisional King of Pro Wrestling 2022 trophy. We have Chase Owens versus Sema versus Minoru Suzuki versus Toru Yano. Another fun match. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot a lot of what happened in this match. But I gave it 3 stars according to my notes, so it must have been a pretty solid one. I remember, like, Toru Yano and Suzuki, I think they had each other in submission holds. I could be wrong about that. Maybe it was just Suzuki who had Toru in the submission hold, or maybe vice versa. I don't remember, but I do remember that Minoru Suzuki actually got the win. So congratulations to him. And then he had a funny, like, kerfuffle with Toru Yano after the match, and Toru Yano actually handcuffed Suzuki to the rope, which was pretty crack up. And then Suzuki, he was attacking guards trying to help him out, and just, bro, they're trying to help. And then, yeah, so congratulations to Suzuki for winning. Next up, we have the 6-man tag team match for the Never Openweight 6-man tag team championship. We have House of Torture consisting of Evil, Yujiro, Takahashi, and Sho, defending against Chaos consisting of Haruki Goto, Yoshihashi, and Yo. How cool is this? That Sho and Yo wrestled at Wrestle Kingdom twice. Yo defeated Sho yesterday, and here, that always confused me about, like, 6-man tag team championship. You should call that the trio championship, honestly, not the 6-man, because that makes no sense. I know the matches with 3-on-3 tag teams are called 6-man tag team matches, but to have 6-man in the actual title of the championship just makes no sense to me, you know? It makes no sense. Like, call it the trio championship, seriously. Like, the Never Openweight trio championship. If you're gonna have, like, a 3-man tag team championship, you know? Call it the trio championship, not 6-man tag, because that makes no sense logically in terms of titles, you know? I mean, because that would make probably someone think, it kind of makes me think that, well, that's like a stable, like as if they made championships for whole stables, you know, that happened only consist of 6 men, but no, it's for 3 men, you know. Anyway, I don't remember what happened in this match aside from Sho actually pinning Yo in this match, other way around from last night, you know. So yeah, and then I remember, if I'm correct, that a lot of the wrestlers just beat the crap out of Yo after this match. So House of Torture retained. Cool. After this, we had the Pro Wrestling Noah guys come out to talk about Day 3. Again, like, this was like the only time that Day 3 of Wrestle Kingdom, or Night 3 of Wrestle Kingdom 16 was actually referenced, is when the Noah guys came out to say wrestling is going to change on Day 3, or whatever they said. And yeah, that's about all I can really remember. It was a pretty long thing, and then I remember Shingo Takagi coming out and maybe confronting them or something like that, whatever. But yeah, next up, and now the rest of these are all singles matches. Not the biggest fan of tag team matches personally, so I was very relieved that the rest of these matches were only singles matches. And the first of those 4 singles matches, we have Sonata versus the Great Okan. A dang good solid match. Great back and forth action between these guys. A really cool full circle thing from yesterday. Gedo Khan, I don't remember if I mentioned this in my review yesterday, but I remember Gedo Khan, he was scared to do a dive to the outside onto Sonata in the tag team match from yesterday. But here, he did it this time. That was cool. I admire that. And but Sonata still won. He actually kind of rolled up Gedo Khan. Well, it's still a dang good, very solid match. You know, Gedo Khan lost 2 singles matches in a row at Wrestle Kingdom. Oh boy. But next up, Tetsuya Naito versus Jeff Cobb. I really enjoyed this match. I give this the same rating as Sonata Gedo Khan. I do like this one more though, despite the same rating. I like how, actually I want to say I like, but yesterday you had Naito, showmanship to Jeff Cobb, giving him an ice pack after their match because they were going to fight in a singles match yesterday. I believe I mentioned this in my review yesterday. But here, once the smash, even before the bell ring, Jeff Cobb was just hammering on Naito. And we got a kind of a David versus Goliath type match with Naito, trying to overcome, the much bigger Jeff Cobb. It was a dang good match. I remember the spot when, Jeff Cobb had, Naito... it wasn't this match, right? Or maybe it was in another match. I'm pretty sure it was in this match. Jeff Cobb had Naito in, a suplex position, and then he banged him into the corner of the ring a couple times, and then he did a big ass suplex to Naito to finish that up. That was really cool. Then they fought some more. Eventually, Naito actually does the Destino to Jeff Cobb for the victory. 1, 2, 3. Naito wins, and Jeff Cobb, I hear is very hard to beat. Very rare that he's beaten. So congratulations to Naito for that. That was cool. I really enjoyed that match quite a lot. But, oh man, the things just bum up to 12 here. No disqualification match for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. Kenta defends against Hiroshi Tanahashi. Oh my gosh. Wow, this match. This isn't even my match of the night. That's the thing. This isn't even my match of the night, y'all. Alright. So, right off the bat, Kenta goes under the ring before the bell even rings, grabs 2 kendo sticks, one for himself, and he hands Tanahashi the other one. Right off the bat, as the announcer is saying Kenta's name, he just whacks Tanahashi, and then they have a big ass brawl. This match was just epic, man. There was still some great, actual technical wrestling in this match, no doubt. But a lot of it was combined with weapons. They brought in everything, man. I am bound to forget something that happened in this match. They brought in a little ladder, which they never really used for some reason. But they brought in so many chairs. Tanahashi did the sling blade to Kenta on that big ass pile of chairs. That was so badass. And then Kenta, he had Tanahashi in the corner and put 1 billion chairs over Tanahashi and freaking drop kicked him right there. That was oh my gosh. And what else? They brought a table into the match, and Kenta, again, I'm bound to forget some stuff that happened in this match, because so much shit happened in this match. So much good shit happened in this match, man. And then Kenta, he did the freaking Falcon Arrow, top rope Falcon Arrow nonetheless, to Tanahashi through the table, which was just, oh my gosh. And it was at this point that Kenta could have won the match there. But instead, he went to the outside, brought in another table, And he also brought in an old briefcase, U.S. Championship contract briefcase, which has a history that I don't think I'm aware of. I know they would have mentioned it, but I just don't think I was completely interested in something I hadn't previously known about. You know what I mean? No offense. But yeah, he whacked Tanahashi with the briefcase. The commentators mentioned about the briefcase that what did the commentators mention about the briefcase? That Kenta had whacked Tanahashi with it, and then he blamed Tanahashi for his briefcase getting wrecked, which is exactly what a narcissistic asshole would say. Alright. Bruh. But then Kenta gets out this big ass ladder. Oh my gosh. And then he gets on, and then he gets the other table out. He puts Tanahashi on it, and then Kenta, he climbs the big ass insanely massive ladder. And then Tanahashi, there was also garbage cans in this match, and garbage lids. That was so badass too. And Tanahashi shakes the ladder, and Kenta freaking falls off the ladder and like opens up his left eye. According to the commentators, that was brutal as shit. Oh my gosh! And then Tanahashi puts Kenta on the table. Tanahashi climbs the big ass ladder. And from the ladder, not quite the tip top of the ladder, but he was practically on the very top of the ladder. He was like 3 rungs down from the top. Does the biggest high fly flow you've ever seen. Through Kenta, through the table. Blood everywhere. Oh my gosh, it was a sight to see. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Hiroshi Tanahashi is your brand new IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion. 2-time IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion at that. And then I love what the commentator said. I'm sure a part of Tanahashi feels a bit bad about Kenta's left eye. Despite them, having a grudge with each other in this match and all that, I'm sure he does. However, that doesn't change the fact that it was such a badass finish, man. Like, far out. Oh my gosh. So, and then the commentators mentioned, I feel like Tanahashi is going to say, something like, I'm ashamed of how I won, but I'm glad to be champion. But I'm happy I'm champion, And fair enough, But then we get on to the main event. Rematch of Wrestle Kingdom 15, 2021, a year ago. This year, Wrestle Kingdom 16, Night 2, 2022. The main event. IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match. Kazuchika Okada defending against Will Ospreay. The match last year, I do love the match from last year. I do think y'all overrated a bit, man. Like, come on. This match here was honestly a lot closer to what I was imagining the match from last year would be. Now, I do love the match from last year a lot. Again, I still think y'all overrate the heck out of it. Again, but this year, the match this year was honestly much more what I pictured the match from, what I was hoping the match from last year would be. Wow, this match was just amazing. Alright, just excellent wrestling from both men. There was this awesome ass spot on the apron that should have gotten a replay, man. When like Will Ospreay and Okada were like wrestling on the apron, and then Okada like kicked Ospreay's like legs out, and then Ospreay like bounced off it. That was so cool. And then Okada like did his big boot to Ospreay in his usual spot, the same one he did to Takagi last night. And then as he was doing his big ass running dive thing, Will Ospreay kicks Okada in the leg as he's doing that. That was so badass, man. That was like, oh man. And then I was not expecting this at all. But man, just it means a lot to me that they did this. They did an awesome comeback. They did a comeback to that amazing four-way from Wrestle Kingdom 12 way back in 2018. My first Wrestle Kingdom show, my first NJPW show. When Ospreay climbed that thing and did a backflip off it. Will Ospreay did that again here. It was a big ass flip from like this big ass lighting rig thing or whatever you call it. It was so cool. Man, that was beautiful. It was amazing. They replayed that and I did get it on video. Like my own personal like video type thing. I did like that was beautiful. That was incredible, man. And they fought in the ring some more. Of course they did. And so many beautiful counters. So many incredible counters. Like Will Ospreay actually countered the Rainmaker into like a backflip. That was so cool. Lots of finisher attempts. Lots of finisher counters. Lots of finisher kickouts. And this kind of had this both men again, just like last night. Both of these men proved they were worthy of being champion, just like Shingo and Okada from last night. Both men proved they were worthy of being champion. You know. And it kind of had the same ending as last night's match when Okada just kind of did the Rainmaker out of nowhere for the 1-2-3. He kind of did that again here with the Will Ospreay. 1-2-3, Okada retains against Will Ospreay in my best match of 2022 so far. Way better than their match from last year. Like, period, man. This was way better than their match from last year. My best match of 2022 so far. Absolutely amazing. Wonderful. I would say Okada Takagi would be my second, and then Tanahashi Kenta would be my third. What a match that was, bro. For real. And I love after the match some more showmanship. I love that the commentator said, you know what, I did say that I would tip my hat to Will Ospreay if he were victorious. But even though he wasn't, he is no doubtably an amazing wrestler. He said something like that, I forgot. I don't remember exactly what he said. And then Okada, because remember, Will Ospreay, I don't know if I mentioned this previously in any videos or not, but last year Will Ospreay won the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, defeating Kota Ibushi, and then Will Ospreay got injured, and then he came back, and that's why he had the right for this match here against Okada or Takagi if Takagi had won last night. So Will Ospreay was like, I'm the real champion and you're the fake champion, Okada. Then when Okada won here, which same result as last year's Wrestle Kingdom with Okada Ospreay, their Wrestle Kingdom 15 match and their Wrestle Kingdom 16 match here, Okada was like to Will Ospreay, I am the real champion, but you are the real deal. Again, amazing showmanship, and then after the match, because it's actually New Japan's 50th anniversary this year, which is amazing. Congratulations to New Japan on that milestone. Okada called out Tetsuya Naito, my man Tetsuya Naito, and it's amazing. That's like I don't know if it's like intentionally supposed to be a callback to that specifically, but again, like I said, Wrestle Kingdom 12, my first New Japan event that I watched in full. Of course, I had seen New Japan matches before, but never a full event, not until Wrestle Kingdom 12, which I love to death, by the way. But Naito Okada, the main event of Wrestle Kingdom 12, that is honestly my personal favorite New Japan match of all time. To me, that was like a true main event, man. I love that match to death. It's my personal favorite New Japan match ever. And that was like another... Again, like I said, I don't know if New Japan was like intentionally trying to call back to that match specifically. I'm sure they weren't. Like, just the feud in general, I guess. But Naito comes out, and then they're like, hey, New Japan's 50th anniversary show, let's have a match there. And that's going to be Okada's first title defense, which is cool. Again, in terms of New Japan, I kind of only want, I kind of, in terms of New Japan, like, I might only, like, review, like, Wrestle Kingdoms, honestly. But maybe if I don't forget about it, because I admittedly, I do think there's a good chance I forget about it, maybe I will review the New Japan 50th anniversary show. Again, if the date for that show passes by and I didn't review it, then obviously I forgot about it. And I apologize in advance if that's the case. Or if I'm just unable to find a live stream or something like that. So that should be fantastic. But yeah, and then Okada acknowledges Inoki after the match, and yeah, that's yeah, and then he celebrates being champion. I'm the champion, and yeah, that's how Wrestle Kingdom 16 Night 2 ends. I guess I'll see you in a few days for my review of Wrestle Kingdom Night 3. I hope that I'll be able to find a stream for it, and I'll be able to review it all good. If any of you can know how to help me out with that without paying, I would appreciate that. Yes, NJPW Wrestle Kingdom 16 Night 2 is done and dusted. I hope you guys enjoyed. Night 3. Alright, Night 3. 3 days from now. January 8th, 2022. I hope I don't forget. I hope I can find a stream. Hopefully it's the same time or whatever. But, yeah. I'm your boy Mark Sanders. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out, y'all.